My dearest Caxies, this past May, I rang the Bowditch bell to signal the end of the academic year. And although I knew it would be unlikely, I privately hoped that we would be packed into Cressy right now. Sadly, that did not happen. But no matter, it is my honor to address you as we enter another extraordinary year in the life of the Academy. Whether you're learning with us remotely or here with us in person, welcome back. The adults in our community are so happy to see your smiling faces. I want to give a special welcome to two groups. The first are students who will be learning remotely this year. I hope you are doing well. We miss you already, and we can't wait until we can all be together in person again. And to our new students, who in many cases chose our school without even visiting us in person, thank you for joining us. We are thrilled you are here. As you know, LFA's mission identifies 4 pillars: responsibility, citizenship, scholarship, and character. These pillars, always important, could not be more important than they are right now. Our goal is to provide both remote and in-person learning options. At a time when many schools are having to go remote, we at LFA are fortunate to have the space, the structure, and the resources that allow us to come together in person. I believe another thing we have are the amazing adults who work so hard for all of you. So as we look to get this school year going, we need to look no further than our mission's 4 pillars to guide us. The first pillar is responsibility. Our ability to continue learning in person is not the responsibility of any one person, but the responsibility of all of us. One large off-campus party, one long conversation in a packed dorm without masks, one major violation of our health and safety policy could negatively impact everyone. We must all do our part, and we must all hold each other accountable to do our part. Never has our individual behavior impacted others the way they impact us today. We must work to be as responsible as possible by following the 3 W's. Wash your hands properly, watch your distance, and wear your mask. Following these simple rules will allow us to keep our beautiful campus open. It is on all of us. The next pillar is citizenship. This past summer, the United States saw protests and conversations emerge from the killing of George Floyd. This year is also an election year. Regardless of your political affiliation, it is imperative that we engage one another as thoughtful citizens. In our community, we listen, we respect, and we look out for and learn from one another. This is more important this year than ever before as we seek to make LFA the most equitable environment possible. The third pillar is scholarship. This year we will also be having to learn in a lot of different ways. Over 80 of you are already not with us in person and will be learning remotely. Our classroom setups have changed, and social distancing will make aspects of class life unfamiliar. So your efforts and desire to learn will be more important than ever before. We should look out for our remote learners if they ask for information, and we should ask questions when we need help. And above all, we should be flexible and smart and vigilant as we navigate through this year. Our last pillar is character. This will be a period that will require us to dig deep and show our character, show what we've got. We need to be flexible, we need to be attentive, and we need to show love for our community through our actions. This period will also require some sacrifice. Things are not all going to be the way they've always been. So I'd like to give you an example of that. As head of school, I am designated to potentially interact with COVID-positive students. So I need to be fit tested for what's called an N95 mask. What that means is that my face has to be measured by an expert so that the virus cannot make its way into my system. Well, there's only one problem. One can't be fit tested and have a beard. So my Caxies, my beloved beard, has got to go. And because I want to be helpful, well, actually, you know what? Hold on for a second. Sorry about that. I'm back. You see, I love my beard, but this is a small sacrifice to make to be able to help out if I'm needed. And although you might not have beards, I expect that you will answer the call if you are needed in the way that our faculty and staff have answered the call to educate all of you under these challenging circumstances. So what this moment calls for us is not something new. It's a deepening of what LFA has always asked of us. As we think about the 4 pillars and getting back to school, I want to end by talking about someone who embodied all of those pillars. Abby Shanley Roberts, one of the proudest of all CACCEs. Abby's passing is an incalculable loss. Although I did not know Abby well personally, it is clear from stories that Abby was an excellent student, dedicated athlete, and beloved friend. As we enter a year that will challenge us, I want us to be inspired by Abby's spirit and love of LFA. Let's carry her and her family in our hearts while we take these first brave steps together and beyond. We have been through a lot as a community over the last few months, and we have a lot ahead. If we honor the 4 pillars and above all stay united, we will have an amazing year, whatever may come. Never before have I appreciated school the way I do now. Never before have I seen the power of the community the way I do now. And I will never again take one single day for granted in school. And now, more than ever, I am so proud to be a CACCE. So let's rise to this moment. Let's be responsible citizens. Let's be the best school we can be, regardless of the circumstances. And so now and forever, go CACCEs. I wish you all a great first day of school.